Yep.
But like, what about when you're not happy? Has there been a time in your life where you just, nothing was going to make you happy that I did?
Yes. It had nothing to do with you.
Can you tell us about that?
Really? You always tell me not to talk about it.
What do you mean? We're on a podcast.
It's the M word.
Welcome to the Prophets podcast, where all things are possible if love is your bottom line. All are welcome here. Entrepreneurs, business owners, professionals, tradespeople, the precarious, preoccupied, and even the pretentious. Anybody is welcome here. Just give us 20 minutes, and we think, at the very least, you'll get a good laugh out of it, because somewhere along the line, I'm going to be blasted, or Al's going to be blasted. Maybe even our guest will be blasted by a dodgeball.
I'm too afraid of
So
her.
stick around for that.
I'm way too scared. I fear her more.
Hey,
than
let me
I
do my
fear you.
intro.
What intro?
The one that you're interrupting.
What
Hello.
interruptions? I don't hear
Welcome
anything
to the
of important
Sophia
going
Alexander
on.
Show.
I don't hear anything important going on.
Doesn't matter. Just give us 20 minutes in. At the very least, you'll get some good laugh, because one of us will be blasted by a dodgeball. I promise you. I'm your host, Steve, and I'm joined by my co-host,
Al, your pal.
Al Alexander. And we have a special guest today. Al, why don't you introduce our guest here?
This is my lovely wife, Sarah Alexander. Let's hear it for her.
Snaps.
We have a great conversation coming up with Sarah about something very important. And if you see the thumbnail or the title of the video, you'll probably already know why, but we're going to get to that in just a minute. But before we do that, we like to break the ice a little bit with a conversation, a topic of some interest. And I came up with a good one, I think. And I think it's appropriate for what we're going to be talking about today.
All right.
AI is taking over the world.
Ooh.
And there is something that's absolutely horrifying to me, but I think it's becoming pretty common.
Wow.
And it's kind of scary. And that is AI dating.
Oh, come on. That's not a thing.
People, oh, no, it is. People are actually going to, Sarah has a look on her face like,
No, I'm just keeping my mouth shut.
yeah. So AI dating, people are actually going to websites
Okay.
to find AI, relationships
Wait, with an AI?
with an AI.
Not AI helping
I just
you.
thought the catfishers were making their lives easier.
I'm sure that's a
Okay.
big part of it, but
Okay.
it's not just like a fringe thing now. It's becoming a regular thing where people are having relationships, I gotta guess, and cringingly guess, of all types.
Yeah.
But there are men, I think more men, probably 90% men, I'm going to assume, but I'm sure women too, are finding people through these services to, at the very
they're
least,
not finding people if they're
well,
not
right,
real.
and I just said it. I just said finding people, right? What's wrong with me? But that is how pervasive this is becoming. Like, the AI world is really becoming almost like a entity of flesh and blood, although it's all not ones and zeros, right?
Wow.
So, what do you think about that? And I want to kind of give a little bit of devil's advocate here, because what is a relationship? What is outside of the physical, right? What is a relationship?
Oh, you got to care for people and
Okay,
communicate.
feel cared for, be understood, be able to work through problems, right?
What do you got anything to add? What's a relationship?
I'm just waiting for the next question.
So these needs are being met by people, and I'm not gonna say that like I am in a relationship like this, but some people are in relationships where they don't really like the person as much as they did when they first met. You get that nagging boyfriend or girlfriend, but AI, you may not have that. Yeah, you actually might be able to just have a nice civil conversation with an AI boyfriend or girlfriend.
Hi,
Hi. How you doing?
I'm well. How's everything with you?
Pretty good, actually. It's really nice to meet you.
Wow.
Is that a bad thing? Come on now.
Yes.
Let's discuss it. Is this a bad thing? Because when you think about it, their needs are being met. Okay, it's not by a real person, But here's the question: if a person's in a relationship with an AI boyfriend or girlfriend, and their lives are enriched, and they find themselves happier and maybe even more productive, is that a bad thing? And if so, why?
It's a fake reality.
I gotcha. Okay.
You're not in a relationship because relationship
It
has
is.
conflict. You only grow and develop through conflict. So if everything is always
Possibly.
written to just appease you, then you're just living a lie.
I can understand how the limited perspective of an unartificial mind would perceive it that way.
Okay, then they write the conflict.
People
into
that
the,
do that don't want to face rejection.
Okay. Oh, so they'll have conflict and rejection written into the AI algorithm.
If you add in a real conflict where they're going to express something outside of just appeasing you, will that fulfill?
No, because it
A
still won't be
reality.
real. It's not real.
Well, it is a relationship, and it is real. It's a real relationship. It's just not the real type of real relationship that we're accustomed to.
I have a follow-up question for you. Like, if a man was in a relationship with a cat or a dog, would you accept that because the man has a they can go and play outside, they can go on walks, things that you could do with a boyfriend or a girlfriend, they can play, they can cuddle together. You can't have a relationship with a dog like that. You can't have a relationship with a cat like that. Yeah, maybe there's some companionship, but you can't have a relationship like that with a dog or a cat. I think it's basically the same thing.
Would you be okay if someone had a long distance relationship with somebody that they couldn't see each other in person?
No, not anything further than a friendship.
I didn't.
How do you know it's a
well,
real person?
well, if I'm not.
No, I
a
watched
friendship is
that
a
catfishing
friendship
show,
is a
so
relationship.
I-
A friendship is a relationship. So you just said no more than a friendship. So someone could have a relationship with a person that they don't see actually, as long as it's a friendship.
Well, AIs aren't symbiont. They don't have souls.
Okay, so that's your criterion for whether or not it is, I guess, acceptable to have a relationship is the one of the or both entities have to have a soul.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Other people don't agree.
I don't care.
I don't either. I think it's weird.
If I cared about what
So,
other people thought, I wouldn't do half the stuff that I do.
Obviously, I think it's weird, and I would hope that would never go any farther than it already has. But it does come up. That's why we had the discussion, because it's kind of interesting. Al, please help me out here. What is different about a relationship with an AI bot compared to a real human being that makes it so it's not acceptable?
Well, you can simulate everything that has been brought up here, except for physical. They haven't figured that out.
Right.
But that's probably coming with robotics and other things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can probably simulate everything except for what Sarah's speaking of, that they were created with a soul.
Amen.
And so, even conflict, even if there is written into it that, hey, you're going to have to accept the negatives of a person's personality,
Right.
Their sin, their whatever, they're imperfect, they're
Right.
imperfections. And okay, I can create an AI strategic list of things that I want to fill in that are imperfections, so it seems more real to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they can actually falsify that and make that reality, right? But then they just don't have a soul. They're not really a person.
Right.
And I think it goes against the idea that, hey, if you're going to have a relationship, we're talking about boyfriend, girlfriend. Obviously you can't marry AI yet. Maybe that'll be the future.
No, I think that actually has happened, but yeah.
But
Probably
God created
over
people
in Europe.
Yeah, God created people and he created marriage, and here it would be, honestly, I just think it would just be sacrilege in a sense.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that is the answer. And that's from our perspective of being Christians and understanding God and creation. As far as the world's concerned, though, that's probably just as real of a relationship as anybody can have with, a regular person, which is interesting. And, one of the things that people do is turn to AI for relationship advice now and asking, how they should approach certain conflicts or different scenarios that they have with somebody, and I think that's definitely on the rise. But anyway, I just thought that was interesting, and honestly, all of that brings us to the topic of the day. And the topic of the day is happy wife, happy life. The old saying that I think rings true for the most part. I'm getting this look from Sarah, like marriage rates. The marriage rate in the U.S. increased 6.2 per 100,000 people in 2022. It's a 4% increase from the previous time they took these stats in 2018. And the divorce rate has actually dropped a little bit over the last few years. And approximately 1/3 of adults who have been married have experienced at least one divorce, though. So obviously divorce is still a very big part of what we deal with. And of course, divorce is very destructive, not only for the couple, but especially if you have kids involved, and financially it's not such a great thing either. So what do we want to learn from our conversation here with Sarah? Sarah has joined us, and introduce Sarah again and tell everybody why we're going to have this conversation about happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, well, Sarah and I met back in 2000, so we've been together for 25 years, married for 23, and I would say, I mean, I don't know. Why don't we ask her, are you a happy wife?
I am a happy person.
Oh, I see.
I'm happy in our relationship, but I don't agree with the happy wife, happy life phrase.
Yeah,
She's getting right into it.
I like that. Happy wife, happy life. It's a saying that, it rolls off the tongue. It's got a little rhyme going there. People say it all the time. I think it does actually have some merit to it, honestly, but you want to push back on that a little bit.
Yeah, because that's just like just appease somebody. That's not how you get along in a relationship, and that like demoralizes women. Like, just make them happy, so like we can just do whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some crazies out there, but I'm not one. So
When you say crazy,
I don't think you should just do whatever somebody says just so that they don't argue with you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't do that.
What would a Bible
Right?
scripture, though? Would there be a Bible scripture that backs up happy wife, happy life? I think there is.
Let me look. I have Ephesians 5 here.
Okay.
Okay. And it talks about husbands, what to do.
Mm-hmm.
It says husbands, this is Ephesians 5:25.
Make your wives happy.
No,
No.
but it's close. It's husbands, love your wives,
Right.
just as Christ loved the church and gave himself for her.
Yeah.
You got to make her holy, cleanse her with the washing of the word, and present her to him. He presented her to himself, radiant church without stain, wrinkle, blemish, holy, and blameless. Anyway, so there's loving your wife like your own body. How do you relate to that making you happy, right? Would it make you happy that if I would love you?
I'm happy that you love me, but that's not your job. Your job is not to make me happy.
Ah, okay.
That's where people get into like conflict in their marriage. They expect the other person to always make them happy, and that's why there's so many divorces, because that's not their job. Happiness comes from the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Joy and contentment come from God. People are always gonna disappoint you or wrong you in some way, and it's not all the time, but like everybody goes through. No one's perfect. And then it said in that verse, like, to wash you through the cleansing of the word.
Yeah.
That talks about correcting each other and not just like appeasing each other.
Right. And so if you're either a husband or the wife is correcting the other, then that doesn't necessarily lead to happiness, at least for that moment, right? Because you can make somebody happy by doing things, buying things, showing them attention or whatever. But if you're neglecting other things in the life, that might just kind of gloss over the real meaning of being in a marriage. Is, I think, what you're saying. There's a lot more to it than just being happy. So there's probably a word you could replace happy with then. Wouldn't rhyme with wife necessarily, but
Yeah, happy wife, happy life. You're saying happy twice.
oh yeah, no, yeah, that's right. You get no, actually, it would work then. So
Yeah, it would work.
content wife,
Content life.
happy. Now how does it go?
How joyful.
Content wife, happy.
Joyful. Well, no, I think what you're saying is where
Joyful.
does
I like
happiness come
joyful.
from?
I like joyful, what you just said.
Yeah, but you mentioned, which I think
But
is
it's
appropriate.
still not his job to make me joyful.
That's
Right.
it.
Yeah, good point.
So I think when you enter in a relationship, the relationship that we're talking about is marriage, but even any good relationship, even outside of marriage, has to have somebody has to have a sense that they're going to commit to show love to someone, right? And that commitment is not a feeling, it's not a mood, it's an action.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to love my wife. Well, like, what is love? And so, if making, I guess your happiness, we'll say, my priority, meaning you're joyful or you're content or you're provided for, whatever it is, if that's going to be my priority, I'm going to love you in action, right? It's not just going to be, oh, I'm going to sit next to you for 23 years and feel love. I have to like do something with it. And if you're happy with it or not, you know, I hope that you see some, you know, loving actions that make you commit to me more or feel content or feel joyful that you married me. But the way you're describing it is your happiness is not my responsibility. And that's where I think the phrase that we hear often is happy wife, happy life, meaning I'm responsible for her happiness.
Right. Yep.
But like, what about when you're not happy? Has there been a time in your life where you just, nothing was going to make you happy that I did?
Yes, it had nothing to do with you.
Can you tell us about that?
Really? You always tell me not to talk about it.
What do you mean? We're on a podcast
It's the
about,
it's the M word.
she says,
Menopause. Menopause. Horrible. Horrible.
Yeah.
you could say that word, see?
Yeah,
Didn't
I know
hurt
I can
anybody.
say it. You always just tell me.
Going
talk
back
about
to
it too
what
much.
you were saying, there's obviously a well-known clinical word called description of it's escaping me. Codependent,
Oh, yeah.
right? Codependent is what you're talking about, and then someone in a relationship feels like they have to make this person happy, and as a result, they validate themselves and make themselves feel better about themselves, about their life, if that person's happy, and then the other person, of course, it goes back and forth, and the codependent cycle, goes and goes and goes, and that happiness is, I think, the center of it. And you're talking about something that everybody goes through of varying degrees, and both men and women, times in their relationships where there's depression, there's trials and frustrations and doubt and everything like that. So you guys have gone through it, as like I said, everybody does. How, like, without going into detail, but like, what are some of the things that you dealt with? How bad did it get? And then how have you guys worked on it? I'm sure you're still always working on things like that, right?
Yeah. Well, just to reassure Sarah, yeah, please freely talk about menopause. I asked her to not anymore because she was talking about it to just people we randomly would see on the street.
That's fine.
I'm exaggerating.
Can I interject on that note, please? Can I please? She has a Cricut at home that she does crafts with, and she made herself a shirt during menopause that says "Warning: Hot flash in progress."
Warning. You really needed to be warned to be around me.
It was.
You're welcome.
She would go out and wear it, and she would like.
So you'd know not
She
to
like Superman opening up
That is
his
awesome.
shirt as Clark Kent. She would just like.
And as funny as that is, what a great way to kind of almost make light of it, right? You probably were not kidding around. You were like opening the shirt. This is like a real warning, but in a way, that was just one thing that you did to try to get through this. So, yeah, tell me more about, the whole process. This is going to be valuable
what
to
we're talking
anybody
about
that comes
right now.
across this podcast.
Menopause.
Oh, talk about menopause?
It doesn't have to be.
That's what he's asking. He said,
Oh.
or
Not
any
necessarily
time in your life.
I thought he was
menopause
talking
or
in general.
just things that you struggle
Yeah,
with.
in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything you want to talk about.
Well, I say we've
I-
had a lot of different kinds of like trials. That was one of them. You know, medical stuff. You know, Al's been, you know, he's had his own battles with depression that I had to deal with him not even wanting to get out of bed.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
He had to deal with me being a nut job. You know, going with all the hormones.
Yeah. I had physical issues. I had 2 hip replacements throughout our marriage.
Yeah.
There was a lot of ups and downs. We even had back, and it's our minds are actually coming from present and going backwards as she's talking.
Okay.
And so you're almost getting a reverse chronological.
Yeah.
And then before that, we actually had, after the first several years of marriage or during that, like, I think we felt maybe we married the wrong person, you know, in a sense, because we didn't understand each other's love languages. Like, I felt like, oh, whoa.
He did. I didn't.
Oh, well, anyway, I'm the kind of person who's not a doer.
She defends you a lot.
She's wonderful.
She's awesome.
Yeah. But I would say I realized, like, that I like to be touched and hugged and reassured verbally, and Sarah isn't that love language. She's a doer. So if you look at all the things she does, it's like, whoa, you're overwhelmed with love. You know, there's dinners. I could call up and be like, hey, I really am going for this dessert, or man, I really could go for that. Man, I'd come home and it'd all be done, and I'd be greeted at the door, and you know, it was just like she would do all these things to show her love for me, but she might not have hugged me as much. I want like 3 hugs an hour in a frequency, maybe 5 words of affirmation per second. You know, like, I'm unreasonable, but she doesn't have that love language.
Right.
Early life of marriage, I didn't know that, because after that whole honeymoon phase and everything goes, you're kind of left with
And 3 kids.
and 3 kids.
Oh my
You're left
gosh,
with realizing, boy, I'm missing this part. Why isn't she giving it to me?
Yeah.
So like, you know, we went through that as well, and but you know, there's plenty of struggles and things that we faced. You know, we early mentioned the menopause thing. That happens to everyone.
Right.
And what comes about with hormonal changes, even in regular, I mean, men, they say go through a midlife crisis. That could be our menopause, right? Yeah. What is that, right? And so, you know, honestly, through anything, I think we both realized early on in our marriage, she's not responsible for my happiness, and I'm not responsible for her happiness. And once we set up that foundation, right, even though I don't feel like it, I'm going to love her. Even though she doesn't feel like it, she's going to love me.
Right.
And love is not a feeling. It's an action.
Yeah.
So I'm going to act like I love her, not faking it, but I'm just going to take actions of love. And you do the same for me. And that's gotten us through.
Yeah.
You know, that we just wouldn't put that, I wouldn't put that expectation on her to make me happy, because that's unreasonable.
Right.
You know, like that, I think it's almost abusive. Yeah. If I were, you know, how she'd be running herself ragged trying to fulfill my happiness.
Right.
I'm extremely demanding with my own needs, you know.
So that, I think a key to being able to deal with small things and big things is learning how to communicate. And beginning your communication from a knowledge of what God wants out of our, you know, kind of, you have to put the pride away, the ego away, the passive aggressive natures away, right? Tell me how you guys communicate.
Yeah, I think what happens is when we communicated poorly for years, it was because I wanted to be understood. Like, I would even ask her sometimes, just say that you understand where I'm coming from.
No.
Or
He
just
wouldn't
say
say
that
that. He would
you
say,
agree with me.
you have to say it exactly the way that I am saying it, word for word.
For me to feel
for
heard.
me to know that you understand me. And I'm like, no, because I don't agree with that. So I'm not going to say it.
And we would go back and forth. But where did that come from? Like, I really needed to be understood. Why? I was just, like, for what?
Yeah, okay, right.
Right? Like, I mean, she's already married to me, right? So I'm not trying to win her over. Like, why do I have to win this argument? Or why do I have to... And that was my own problem. Like, everyone brings to a relationship their own faults, right? You have faults. We all have them, right? And, you know, there's a hole in most people, and you only can fill it with the things of the Lord, right?
Amen.
Like, my relationship with Christ gets deeper, I become a better husband. My relationship with Christ and he uncovers things and works on my inner child, whatever you guys, are dealing with in life.
Yeah.
I become a better father. I become a better whatever, worker and a friend. If the Lord is at the center. Now, if he's not in the center of it, you almost feel like you have to fight, right, for those holes that you have, right, and to fill them with other people or acceptance or the win or whatever, right? And I think you're talking about like pride. It gets in the way, right?
You do not fix your own problems so that your partner will fix theirs.
Oh, yeah.
You don't improve your way of being in a relationship so they will improve their way of being in a relationship. It doesn't matter what they do. You do it for yourself and for your relationship with Christ.
Well, you do it for
That's wise.
yeah.
That's
yes.
very
Yeah.
wise.
Yes. Do the right thing, no matter how you feel
Right.
or how you think the other person might react.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't say, I fixed myself, so now it's your turn, right? If your partner, if your husband or wife, they never change, it don't matter. You still love them the way Christ loves the church. Yeah. And let's be realistic. It's disappointing and it's frustrating, and you definitely have to really kind of take on a burden there because you are a human and you do want love and you do want to be understood and everything like that. It takes time, it takes work, and it sounds like you guys have worked on that a lot.
Yeah. I've been working on it with God's word, right? Myself, and you have to have the same type of thing. I can't do that for you in a sense. But what's really amazing is if you think about what God has asked husbands to do, which is, we already said, love your wives. Sacrifice comes from out of that as well, like how Christ loved the church. He gave his life for the church. And in turn, it tells wives to do what? To respect their husband, right? Yeah. It doesn't even tell them to love their husband, but
It doesn't say obey. It doesn't say,
Well, to submit, and there's things.
Submit does not mean obey.
I know, yeah. But the concept of
It's not an ownership.
Yeah, the concept of the way God created us. He knows how men are. He knows how women are. He created us, and His direction, right, to each other, right, is pretty amazing in the sense, if wives submit to yourselves to your own husband as you do the Lord, is what it says, right? Like this respect should come to your husband like you do with the Lord. You submit to his commandments, to his will, to his guidance and leading, right? And then telling men to love your wife sacrificially.
Yeah.
He knows that that's the key. It's almost counter. What he's saying is something counter of what he created us with.
Let me ask you, man to man.
Yeah.
When my wife, when we come down and say, we're going to do this is how we're going to do, and they respond with, yeah, absolutely, whatever you want, right? What's your first reaction besides shock? Second reaction is, for me, it's like, wow, she's gonna go along with me like this. I'm gonna do whatever it is to kind of return that favor to her because she trusted me, and it might be like my plans are out the window. We're gonna do what you wanted to do in the first place. It's like they open up this kind of this window that is usually closed for us to them, and we're like, wow, I want to show them even more favor than they just showed me. So it kind of goes back and forth, right? So a woman's ability to submit, right? That word is definitely toxic in a way. And
I don't think it's translated
right. Like we're
not.
you picture submit, get into the
That's why
house and clean the house and do the dishes. But
well, I want to hear what's your definition, what's your explanation of submit? What does it look like in application?
Submitting is even though you may not totally agree with, I may not totally agree with what you want to do. I will go along with it, but that doesn't mean you're obey the ever obedient wife. I still let you know what I think.
Yeah.
We still, and sometimes I like a lot of times like I'll submit and like let you do things the way that you want to do, and then you're like, oh, this isn't working. We should have done it.
Should have done it the way you told me in the first place, Sarah.
Why didn't you tell me this?
Sarah's very task oriented,
Yeah.
and process oriented. But I would suggest how Steve described,
Yeah.
when you submit to me in a way that it spurs me on with almost this like exponential power behind it. Mm-hmm. I'm not joking. Like I think about even how we live and work. I remember you being behind and submitting to what God led us to open a business, and the exponential return that came out of that, like,
More like support.
Yeah, the support. But I'm saying I was so like overwhelmingly grateful.
Yep.
For her support.
Yep. That you just wanted it.
That I wanted to return blessing so much to her, and it felt great. It was like, I can't. It's undescribable in a way, but the way you described it in that way, it reminded me when those two things work together.
Yep.
There is nothing. God created us that way. There's nothing that is better than that.
Right.
Right. And in a sense, I looked at her with such favor. I look upon her with such favor because of the way I look at her in that way, because she does that for me. And hopefully she feels that way about me, loving her, right? And I think that's the key, but it doesn't have anything to do. There's nothing in here that says when you're, to make each other happy, or you get your happiness from each other, or, you know what I mean?
Right.
It just isn't there.
Right.
It's nowhere in the Bible.
That's exactly right. Great discussion. Really good. Good topic, and might have to maybe get into it deeper for another podcast coming up soon.
Cool.
So, but it is time now for
Something fun.
something fun. So speaking of marriages, married couples in Hollywood are really great at marriage as they get a lot of practice.
They do. They do.
So what we're going to do now is I'm going to name an actor. This is going to be a little contest between the two of you. I'm going to name an actor. We're going to start with Sarah. She's going to get the first actor. And you're going to name as many spouses as this actor has had. You get a point for each.
Oh, I'm going to lose because I don't know anybody.
Well, you might be surprised. Right? Oh, that was a great throw. Oh, what a great throw. Oh, here comes another one because she messed up. And she messed that one up, too.
She got me in the gut. She got me in the gut.
There you go.
Right in the face.
So, name as many spouses. And if you can't name any of them, you do get a hint of like a movie one of them was in. So
yeah,
you can
that
maybe...
still won't help me.
Oh, well, then you're going to lose. Then you're going to lose this.
I'm going to lose.
Just accept the lose.
I'm going to lose.
So we'll see how you do. Anyway, you might be surprised. Like I said, ready? Here we go. Cue the music. Sarah is the guest, so she's going to go first. And if you can't answer one, then you get a chance to add a point by stealing.
You got it.
Okay. All right. First actress. Sarah, Jennifer Lopez. Who has she been married to?
A baseball player, but I don't know his name. One of the Bens. Maybe two Bens? I don't know. Two different
The
Bens.
baseball player she did not marry.
Nope.
Oh.
She dated
didn't-
Derek Jeter.
Oh.
So that was good, though. That was good. You did
I didn't
say,
know their names.
You
I
did
don't know
say
their
a
names.
Ben. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it to her.
Give it to her.
But the movie he was in was Boiler Room. That was my hint.
I've never seen it.
Okay, Ben.
The one that was also married to the other Jennifer.
I don't.
You're digging a hole. Just say
I don't know.
Affleck.
Oh,
Affleck.
yeah, just Ben Affleck.
Yeah, he
Okay.
likes
You
Jennifer's.
got a point. You got
Oh.
it. Okay.
Nice.
So because she got one, you don't get to add any more. But Jennifer Lopez has also been, and else because you're going to blow her away, I can tell. Jennifer was also married to a server named Ojani Noah.
Johnny. No.
She was also
What does a
married
server mean? Like a waiter?
waiter.
Yeah, waiter. Yeah.
Oh.
Early in her life.
She was married to Chris Judd and Mark Anthony.
Mark Anthony was my favorite husband for her.
Okay. In fact, it's without points, but I'll give you a chance to say. All right, here you go. Al, here is your actress, and that is Madonna. Also singer, of course.
Yeah, she was married like several times. Man. All the names are slipping
I
my
don't
mind.
know. I have no idea.
I went through menopause,
I have
Steve.
no idea who she
And
was
with-
married
Okay,
to.
would
I
you-
don't pay
Oh, my
any
goodness.
attention.
So a hint.
Yeah, give me hints.
A hint for you is Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh, yeah. What's his name?
You got
never,
5 seconds.
Never saw it.
4,
Sean.
3,
What's it? Sean?
2,
Can't remember his last name.
1.
You know Sean.
I never saw that movie.
You know the Sean.
Sean Penn.
Penn. Thank you.
Sean Penn. I'm not
Sean
giving
Penn.
you a point. She can do the first names because apparently she's not going to do as well as
And
you
if
should
these
be able
are
to.
80s clues, I was not allowed to watch anything over PG.
You should just do
Growing up
Star Trek actors.
And
like,
Okay.
the
Madonna's
only
also been
ones.
married to Guy Ritchie
Oh, yeah, guy.
and Carlos Leon.
Nice.
All right. Sarah, your actress. Demi Moore.
oh, Ashton Kutcher.
You got one. Can
and
you get some more?
the guy that looks like Doug.
We have a
Come
friend.
on, let's get it.
What's his name? The guy that looks like Doug.
I'm not telling you.
10, 9.
He's sick now. He has
is sick.
Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
You got a point. So far, you're leading 1-0.
I thought you
Oh.
had 2 points.
Oh,
You gave her a
shit.
point for the last
Oh,
one.
that's
too.
right.
David something.
3, 2. Would you like to steal?
No.
Just steal it.
No.
Oh, jeez.
He saw dead people.
He's seen dead
He
people.
said dead people.
Yeah.
Bruce.
Bruce Willis.
Oh, Bruce,
Willis.
that's his name.
Bruce Willis. All right. 2-0.
Yeah.
Okay. Here you go. Here's your actress.
Here we go.
Angelina Jolie.
Oh, yeah. Ashton Kutcher. It was-
Did she marry an old
Brett.
guy?
Brad Pitt. Sorry. She
Brad
was married
Pitt,
to
you
Brad
got a
Pitt.
point. You got a point. It's 2-1 now.
Brad Pitt and. Oh.
You almost broke your
You
own
suck.
That-
Your
that
aim
thing's strong.
sucks.
All right.
Just Brad Pitt is all I can remember.
Brad Pitt, you got 1 point. Would you like to add to this? Angelina Jolie.
Hints.
Married to Brad Pitt. And
Hints.
okay, here's the hint. Mm-hmm. French fried potatoes. Mm-hmm.
He was in that one show we were watching with the oil fields.
Sling Blade, the movie. Mm-hmm. French fried
I've
potatoes.
never seen
The oil field, Sarah.
Sling, the landman guy.
Yeah, landman guy. She was married to him.
5, 4,
He's got 3 names.
3, 2.
I know what he looks like.
Billy Bob Thornton. It's 2-1. We got 2 more actors.
Who names their child Billy Bob?
People in the South.
Sarah.
That's it.
Tom Cruise.
Oh, a lot. He married that young girl. I think he's marrying another young girl.
And another young girl. He keeps himself young that way.
Oh, what's her face? She's now married to the country singer.
Oh, man.
10, 9.
I don't pay attention because I don't care.
Well, you're getting close. You've done
Give her-
okay.
Give her a hint on the movie. Or on
Well,
the,
yeah,
No, the movie won't help.
think-
You
the
do.
things-
You do get a hint. Movie Eyes Wide Shut.
Did not see it. He keeps giving me things I've never seen. You need to do kid
Would you like
movies.
to steal?
I would
You're
like
down
to
2-1.
I would like the hint. Another hint.
She's Australian.
Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
2-2.
2-2
Got
up
it.
high.
So we're going down to the wire here. Final actress. Al, you can take the win here if you get one of these people.
I could take this lead right now.
Actress Lisa Marie Presley, the late.
Michael Jackson. That's the only one I knew.
This isn't a buzzer thing.
You spiked that mic. So, Sibyllus. So tell.
That's
so,
the only one I actually knew.
I'm going to give you the win. 3-2, Sarah wins. And do you know anybody else that was married to Lisa Marie Presley?
I have no idea. I was gonna say that. That was all.
Elvis's daughter.
I know she
some
was.
guy named Danny Coe. I don't know. Keough Coe. I'm going to say his name was. And Michael Lockwood, which I don't know. But Lisa Marie Presley was also married to someone that was in the movie Valley Girl.
Really, Valley Girl.
Again, never saw it.
Huh.
And the movie Face Off.
Oh, no way.
Face Off was Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage?
Nicolas Cage.
They were married?
She was married to. He
I
was
don't-
married to Lisa Marie
What?
Presley.
Oh, my goodness.
Isn't that crazy?
Nicolas Cage. You give her 4 points. Good job.
Good job. All
4
right.
to 2.
I just thought it was the actor that played against Nicolas Cage because I couldn't
Face Off? That was John Travolta.
Was it John Travolta? Okay.
Oh
Nicolas
yeah.
Cage and John Travolta.
All right. Well, that was a great discussion. Make sure that you guys there watching here on Twitter or wherever, Facebook. Do we got all that now? We have everything? We're good to go? All the socials?
We still don't have Twitter.
Okay. Well, we will by the time someone
No.
sees this next year.
There's no
Listen,
more
we're
Twitter.
we're social
There's no
media.
Twitter.
Social media.
We're social media.
Also,
and
it's not even
Twitter's
called
not
that.
a thing.
It's not called Twitter
called
anymore.
X.
X, whatever.
Prophets to the prophets, you